In this edition of the TVNews.tv, social network microcasting is on. Bobby Batista is ready with Eye on the News. And on the sports TV news, the mega matchup between ESPN and Fox News. Stand by for the TV News.
This is the TVNews.tv, brought to you by American Ingenuity Media, simply the solution for innovative on-air promotion, video marketing, plus internet and social marketing. Visit them at AmericanIngenuityTV.com and on Facebook. Here now is Jeff Grimshaw.
Welcome to the TVNews.tv. I'm Jeff Grimshaw. It's Friday, March 30th, and here now is the lead. Social marketing niche casting is here. Just as TV has gone from broad-based to microcast, social media appears to be poised to go on the same trajectory. Consider the first and only comedy social network, MyFarcebook.com. MyFarcebook.com goes live on April Fool's Day, and so as they say, log on now and laugh now. Now we will be talking to MyFarcebook spokesperson teleprompter in our next edition of the TV News. And now to some real news and views. Let's send you down to Atlanta, where former CNN anchor Bobby Batista has her Eye on the News.
Hey Jeff, thank you. Coverage of the one story dominating the news this week is causing almost as much comment as the story itself. All three news networks have been going wall to wall with the story of Trayvon Martin, the 17-year-old shot and killed by a neighborhood watchman in Florida. It's a tragic story that has ignited high emotion across the country, from the president all the way down to the new Black Panther Party. Several observations stand out. First, it's interesting and troubling to note that Al Sharpton, who has a show on MSNBC and is a vocal and prominent activist in this story, is essentially covering himself. He appears as a spokesperson at rallies with Trayvon's parents and then goes back to the studio and tries to cover the story in a fair and balanced way. Or does he? How does that work exactly without an inherent conflict? I will concede that Mr. Sharpton is not really a journalist, he just plays one on TV. And MSNBC says it is comfortable with his dual role. But the public's perception is skewed by this sort of thing, and it's yet another example of broken boundaries and trust in television news coverage. Moving on to another observation, if I see one more pundit, anchor, or guest wearing a hoodie on air, I'm going to drop kick my television. Geraldo Rivera fueled the flames on Fox by saying a hoodie had as much to do with Trayvon's death as the shooter. This was followed by a barrage of personalities donning hoodies on air, from Keith Olbermann to Roland Martin to Jane Velez Mitchell, and on and on. It can be a symbolic statement when made by politicians and activists, but for anchors and pundits, it became a silly and overused gesture that only served to make these on-air people look silly, meaningless, and undignified to boot. A footnote, Geraldo has since sort of apologized for his statement. Good. Maybe now the hoodies can go back in the closet. On to other news notes. The first quarter of 2012, not kind to the three cable news nets. Fox is still out in front, MSNBC is now in second, CNN bringing up the rear, but all three lost a lot of viewers. CNN in particular lost 50% of its total viewers and 60% in the demo compared to last year at this time. In its defense, there was a lot more news last year in the first quarter, from the earthquake in Japan to military action in Libya. But CNN still has major problems with both its primetime lineup and its early morning shows. More on that in another segment. And just when you think you've been saturated with news networks, one of the co-founders of the Huffington Post is launching a new one. TV News reports the startup will use a mix of live streaming video and taped reports, and a mix of professionally produced segments along with contributions from amateurs. YouTube and social media will play a big role in the new network. Look for it this summer. Should be interesting. I'm Bobby Batista with my Eye on the News.
Big doings in TV sports, so let's shift you now to a different sector of the DMV, where Eric Mackerlin is standing by with the sports TV news.
Hey Jeff, thanks. It's good to be back. Big news this week. Sources are telling Bloomberg News that News Corp is planning on starting a new 24-hour sports cable channel here in the U.S. under the Fox brand name. The network may launch before the end of the year using the dried husk of Fuel TV to get things up and running. If the reports are true, Fox will join NBC Sports Network and the CBS Sports Network in the quest to steal viewers from the 800-pound gorilla of cable television. That's ESPN. The question before us here, can they make it work? The short answer here is a qualified yes. I don't doubt that the new Fox Sports channel will survive right alongside its counterparts from CBS and NBC. But the real question is going to be whether or not they can grow and develop into legitimate contenders with ESPN. In order for that to happen, Fox and all the rest are going to have to compete with ESPN for the most popular sports programming, before they can legitimately compete for viewers. To survive and thrive, my friends, and not just exist, these upstarts are going to have to go head-to-head with ESPN to acquire cable rights packages to the NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, as well as college football and college basketball. It's the rights packages that ESPN has completed with these sports that allow it to command the highest subscriber fees in the business. ESPN recordedly collects over $5 for every cable and satellite subscriber. ESPN2 and ESPN News earn somewhere over $4. Fuel TV, meanwhile, charges only 15 cents a head. The only way that's going to change is if Fox ponies up for the most popular sports programming, and that goes double for NBC and CBS. Given that sports programming seems to be the only sort of televised entertainment that still has a hold on American men, this is nothing but good news for the leagues, who can expect to continue to command top dollar for the right to televise their games. So get ready to pad your expense accounts, everybody at Fox, CBS, and NBC. If you're going to get those leagues on your side, you've got a lot of whining and dining to do. And ESPN's going to be in a lot of trouble if it doesn't work to compete to keep those leagues. We already know from the way that NBC outmaneuvered ESPN on the Sunday Night Football package that they can be beaten. It was a big win for NBC, big loss for ESPN. They paid the price. In order to defend their turf, they're going to have to pony up even more cash. It's a good day to be in charge of one of those sports leagues. Back to you, Jeff.
Mark your calendars for Thursday, April 5th. That's the premiere of our newest feature here called The TV News Judge and Jury, and we will have veteran media legal analyst Gwendolyn Lindsay Jackson, who will focus on media legal matters. Next case. Time is running out this week for your chance to win one of our The TVNews.tv mugs. They're pretty good. To get into the game, like the TVNews.tv on Facebook. Find our daily phrase that pays on our Facebook fan site and then email it to us at register@thetvnews.tv. And good luck! We want you as a sponsor of the TV News so you can get your message to the tops in the TV industry. Now to get the ball rolling, email us at advertise@thetvnews.tv. And that about does it for this edition of the TV News. I'm Jeff Grimshaw. We thank you very much for watching, and as always, go out and make it a good day.
Monavie Max. Triple your health benefits with Monavie Max. This 3-in-1 juice cocktail provides powerful antioxidant support while promoting joint and immune health. Bursting with fruit flavonoids, this health and wellness drink offers a broader array of antioxidants than ever before, with 19 fruits and 11 vegetables. Maximize your health today with Monavie Max. Monavie, for a more meaningful life.